Hello everybody, it's me, Code Talker Looters, and in for another episode, and the last episode of the C# Crash Course. Finally, we finished this course. It was a heck of a ride, guys, but now we're into a very important subject, which is the object-oriented programming paradigm. So, what is the object-oriented programming paradigm? So, let me tell you this, okay? Object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm where software is organized around objects. Okay, the core idea is that you model your program after real-world concepts, making code more modular, reusable, and easier to maintain. Basically, it's trying to organize everything instead of going from top to bottom. Instead of doing that, we're using like boxes, and we're using these boxes that we call them as classes, and then these classes go into objects. Okay, so what OOP is? OOP, or object-oriented programming, is basically structures program using classes and objects. Okay, so I have here the four pillars of the object-oriented programming, which I am gonna post it here in the screen. So the first one is the encapsulation, bundling data and methods together while restricting direct access to the internal state, protects data and enforces control access through getters and setters. Also, abstractions, showing only essential features while hiding complex internal details. Okay, for example, you have an ATM, you press a button, but don't see the internal logic. Also achieved via abstract classes interfaces. Okay, inheritance. A class can acquire properties and behaviors from another class, promotes code reuse, and establishes parent-child relationships. And last but not least, polymorphism. Different objects can respond to the same method call in different ways. So basically, that's basically the four pillars of object-oriented programming. Okay, now why object-oriented programming matters? So OOP helps developers build modular systems, reusable code, maintainable applications, and scalable. Okay, so meaning that even though if you finish a project, you can actually go higher level in that same project, and later on it is scalable. You can actually grow your code and grow your project. So with that being said, I think it's time to use our Visual Studio and run into the four last exercises of this course. Okay, so come along with me. We have console application in C#, and we call it OOP one, I guess. Why not? Sure. Okay. Create. Perfect. As always, we start with using system. Our libraries are very important. Now, we start here with the class program. Okay. Now we create our static void main, our main method, right? And we're gonna create here a region. So what is a region? A region is nothing that's gonna affect your code, but what the region does is basically organizes your code better. For example, if I type here like class car and things that is inside this region, what I can do is you know, close its drop-down menu, and all that is enclosed in the region, it's enclosed, and everything looks more organized. Okay. So this is a very good way to organize your code and make your code more readable and more understandable for other people, for your teammates. Okay, so now that we are here, class car. So we go here for the public string brand. Okay, all right. I have public integer year. Let's assign a number like 0. Okay. So now that we have this class over here, what we're going to do is create more functions, okay? So let's create another region called methods and region, okay? We're going to create a static void car info, okay? So in the car info, what we're going to do is create a car1. I'm going to create a new car method here, okay? Car, new car. So car1 have the brand Toyota. It's a string, sorry. Toyota, all right? Car1 is going to have also a year. And let's say 2010. Cool. So now we're going to do have car2 in it, new car, car2 brand is equal Ford, okay, car2 year is going to be 2022. Awesome. Console.writeLine. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna use the typical $. Inside this, I'm gonna use car1 brand, okay, followed by a dash. I'm gonna use car1 year, and we're going to do the same thing with car number 2. $, car2 brand dash car2 year. Okay, so now what we have to do here, we're going to jump out into main, and what we're going to do is just call the method. Okay, for example, car info. What will happen after saving is, what we're going to do is save and compile. And here it says Toyota 2010 for 2022. And of course, you can make this more modular. For example, you have the brand, you have the year, but what if you want to type, for example, Toyota Camry and whatever, like gasoline or hybrid, or there's no diesel. That would be too base from Toyota. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have a class here. You can actually build a lot of stuff, and with the class you have to create their methods, as you can see here. Following this, we're going to create another class, okay? Class person Perfect. Create another class. So with the class, public string name, okay. And we have also we're gonna create a public void, say hello, okay. So we have here also console write line. We all love console write line. Console write is for dummies. Hello. Hello, we are happy to see you. Hello, my name is, I want to create a name. Okay, we jump back into the methods here. I'm going to create a static void person info. And by the way, I'm using static voids just for sake of simplicity. You can use private void, virtual private void, static virtual. You can do private void. You can do private. Any method that you can think of can work for these classes. But I'm just using static voids just for the sake of simplicity, so I don't have to type so many stuff in void main. Okay. So jumping back to this person, that's our person one equals person. Okay. So person one, we create a name here. Okay. Let's call it Alice. Okay. Alice. So person one dot say hello. Say hello. Awesome. What else? We can do another person. Okay. So person equals person two new person. And it's gonna be person two name equals to Robert. So person two say hello. Say hello. And then we jump back over here. Car info. We can actually comment this out because we don't need it anymore. Person info. Right here. We save and we compile. Hello, my name is Alice. Hello, my name is Robert. With that in mind, we have other stuff, like for example, okay, I'll go for class, this is class person, so I don't get confused. I'm gonna do class book. Okay. Oh, well, true. We didn't carry parameters in classes. Class book. So in the class book, what do we do here is we do a public string title, sure. Title. Author. Public book. String T, string A, as in title and author. Okay, so title is equals to T, and author is equals to A. The fuck is this? String. There you go, better. All right, So now we jump back into the methods. We create a static void, book info. Okay, and the book info is gonna have book 1 equals new book. Oh my goodness. But inside here we're gonna have a parameter. The Great Gatsby. And we're using these strings, okay? So the first string was the title, The Great Gatsby, and was F. Scott Fitzgerald. I don't know what the hell I did to F. Scott Fitzgerald to say F to him, but there it goes. Console.writeLine. Okay. Title, book 1. Title. We also have author. Book 1. Author. There you go. Awesome. Here we have also book 2, which is going to be new book, right? I have to kill a mockingbird by Harper Lee. Console.writeLine right here. What else? We have title, book 2 title, and we have also author, book 2 author. With all that done, we go to main. We comment this one out. And we go for book info, and we call it. Save and compile. And we have a title, The Great Gatsby, author F. Scott Fitzgerald, title, To Kill a Mockingbird, author Harper Lee. Now for the last demonstration, we have here class of book class dog. Okay. Public string name. Public integer age. Public void bark. Oh. Console.writeLine. Woof. Okay, we go back to the methods here. Static void dog info. I want doggo. So dog 1 equals to new dog. Okay, dog1 has a name, buddy, and dog1 age equals 3. Dog1 bark. Dog2 equals to new dog. Dog2 name equals to Max. Dog2 age equals 5. Max is a little bit older. Dog2 bark. Okay, we jump back again to our method here. Comment this one out. Doggo, save and compile. Woof, woof. So that's how it is, guys. That is what we have for classes and objects. And if you guys want to, know more about this, you're happy to explore more on your own. But this is enough for us to delve into Unity, because we're going to continue our C# journey with Unity. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for being here with me on this course. And we're going to have also more Python projects, Unity projects, and any other thing. But I think Python and Unity will be priority for the incoming future, okay? So thank you very much, guys, and I hope you actually learned something about C# with me. If not, I apologize. But yeah, there you go, guys. That was our C# crash course. Please click like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video of Python or Unity. Bye bye.